I know it's been a while, but the monthly mod series is back. Welcome back everyone to the top 5 mods of the month for Skyrim on PS4. In this video we will be taking a look at the best mods released in April and March. We've got some great mods over the last 2 months, including a weather mod, a cool new playable race, a couple of incredible player homes, and an immersive overhaul. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss next month's video. With that said, let's get right into the mods. First up, we've got Wander, a weather mod by OVERHAUL. We don't get many weather and lighting mods on PS4, so whenever a new one comes out, it's always worth checking it out to see if it suits how you want your game to look. The mod's description says, Wander gives Skyrim nights that are darker, days where you can't see the details on distant mountains, chances of missing weathers spawning, foggier and hazy marsh and volcanic regions, and a few new weathers across every region in Skyrim. The main objectives of the mod are darker Skyrim nights, reduced visibility of distant landscapes, and the inclusion of missing regional weathers. The alterations to vanilla weathers include overcast rain, thunderstorms, overcast snow, ash storms, marsh and volcanic regions, new auroras, new fogs, new blizzards, and new ash storms. The best way to show off this mod is to just see it, so I'm going to shut up for a minute and just show off some screenshots comparing the mod to the vanilla game. Up next at number 4 we have playable Blood Elf race by Imperial Agent 1992. Imperial Agent has been pumping out quite a few new playable race mods over the last couple of months, and this particular one is the most popular by quite a considerable margin. The description of the Blood Elf race is, the Blood Elves are a proud, haughty race joining the Horde in Burning Crusade. They represent a faction of former High Elves split off from the rest of Elven society. They are also survivors of Arthas's assault on Silvermoon. Blood Elves are fully dependent on magic, having revelled in its power for so long that they suffer horrible withdrawal if it were to be taken away. Imperial Agent has also included a chest which can be found in the Drunken Huntsman in Whiterun with clothes suitable for this new race and a spell tome for a brand new spell that allows you to summon a bound staff that shoots fireballs, and the staff itself is one of the more unique looking staff models in the game, which is really nice. The clothes are quite unique and I think match the nature of the race considering they are meant to be mages. However, I did have an issue with the hood clipping into the robes, which could be to do with the mods I have installed, but it wasn't a big deal because the clothes look fine without the hood. I also noticed you get another spell that allows you to conjure a bound dagger with an absorb health enchantment, and the dagger itself uses the model of one of the best looking daggers in the game. The race also has a unique power, similar to that of High Elves but much more powerful. It's called Magicka Regen Bloodborne, and it regenerates Magicka faster for 432,000 seconds, which is 120 hours. So you can pretty much have this power active constantly, because by the time it expires, you will be able to activate it again, because your powers refresh every in-game 24 hours. You also get some interesting active effects, which are: Blood Elves are born with 100 extra Magicka, 5% more effective destruction magic, they resist 5% of all damage, and magic related skills increase 30% faster. This all leads to a very interesting and powerful race, perfect if you're going for a powerful destruction mage build, so if you're looking to do a mage playthrough of Skyrim, this mod could be perfect for you. Up next at number 3 is Wizard's Well by Haim Projects. This is another fantastic player home brought to us by the same mod author that created Hermit Stump and Tel Moss. So based on those two mods, you already know that this is going to be impressive, and it does not disappoint. This player home looks incredible and features some really unique and creative design. To get to the Wizard's Well, you need to find one of the magical wells that will transport you there. These wells can be found near Riften, Markarth, and at the College of Winterhold. The home itself is a small house made only with vanilla assets in mixed Dwemer and Redoran style. The home seems to be suspended up in the air with dwarven pipes and chains holding it in place, and the whole area is filled with magical lights that create a really unique and magical atmosphere. Outside is a crafting area with all of the crafting stations you could ever need, all with a very unique look, completely different to anything else you'll find in the vanilla game. It's all perfectly designed and functions perfectly as well. When you get there, you might be wondering, how on Tamriel do I get up to the house? One of my favourite things about this mod is that it uses the levitation spell that Neloth uses in his house in Solstheim, which is just awesome. The inside of the house is just as incredible as the outside, with really nice Redoran themed decoration and furniture, and an awesome garden / alchemy and enchanting area downstairs with more spectacular lighting. It also features common containers and bookshelves, Solstheim music in the interiors, it's fully nav meshed and cleaned with SSE Edit. This is an incredibly well made player home, perfect for a mage. Maybe you could pair it with the Blood Elf race mod we just looked at. The penultimate mod on this top 5 list is Guard Dialogue Overhaul by X on Nexus Mods and uploaded to Bethesda.net by Argonil94. Do you ever feel like you're constantly being disrespected by ungrateful guards in Skyrim?
So, you can cast a few spells. Am I supposed to be impressed?
Fus Rota!
Does it ever annoy you so much that you end up shouting them into oblivion to teach them a lesson, and then end up having to kill every guard in town, racking up a ginormous bounty? Well, then this mod is for you. The mod description says, more dialogue, more realism, more respect. This mod alters guard dialogue, changing it from something that breaks your immersion in the world to something that actually increases it. All in the original voices and fully compliant with the lore. GDO fixes all the guards' dialogue bugs and does much more. GDO alters the effect that guard dialogue has on the mood of your game. Rather than annoying you, guards will enhance your experience of the game and increase your immersion in the world by properly recognizing your actions and not making disrespectful comments to a character that they are supposed to respect. GDO does not remove any comments from the guard's vocabulary, they will still be just as rude and mocking to you at the start of the game as they always have been. However, once your character has completed quests that earn the guard's respect, their attitudes will begin to change, getting better and better to the point that once your character is a legend, they will be respectful, grateful, and sometimes even nervous in your presence. GDO also unlocks much guard dialogue that was never or very rarely used due to overly restrictive conditions in the game. This is not a bug but rather a design choice made by the developers. This means that there will be much more variety in what the guards will say than you will be used to before using GDO, Many people will have never heard some of the comments before, and others will only have heard them very rarely in limited circumstances. GDO makes some, but not all, of the guards' comments available to some other NPCs who share the same voices. This is only done with those comments that could reasonably be considered to not be guard specific, and is done without interfering with normal NPC dialogue at all, so there's no possibility of conflict from this edition. GDO does not require a new game to be started in order to function properly. It's designed to slot into your game seamlessly and is thoroughly tested. Guard dialogue overhaul should be loaded after any mod that alters guard dialogue and before any mod that edits your armor and weapons. People generally load it very early. This immensely popular mod was created by X on Nexus Mods, then ported to Special Edition and converted for PS4 by Argonil with permission directly from X. I'm really glad that we now have this mod on PS4. Finally, the guards will show the Dragonborn and the saviour of Tamriel the respect they deserve.
Dragonborn, it's an honor. No matter what else happens, the gods will always be grateful for everything you've done.
And finally, the best mod that released for Skyrim on PS4 during March and April is Dreamweaver by Treehawk and Micah Ghost. This mod was actually on PS4 previously, but it was taken off of Bethesda.net, updated and improved, and now it's back and available for us to download and enjoy. This mod is massive and there's a lot to cover, so strap yourselves in. Dreamweaver adds a player home, a new immersive way to travel around Skyrim, a mini quest, new followers, and more. The Dreamweaver is far more than just a formidable and luxurious home for the new Black Orchid Guildmaster. As well as a well-armed galleon, its owner can safely sail to, dock at, and disembark from 3 different moorings, or ports, in Skyrim. There is one mooring at Solitude, another at Windhelm, and even one at Raven Rock on Solstheim, or you can just step out onto the deck while the ship is at sea and between ports. As a means of immersive travel, you are able to sail the ship from the outside deck at the helm, or choose a destination from one of the 2 map walls inside. One will move the ship from port to port, while the other arranges transportation to one of the guild's way stations. The way stations, Solstheim Netch coaches, and the secret Guildmaster's tokens are a far-reaching and immersive system of travel that takes advantage of, and in many cases adds in, several new carriage and rowboat locations, all tied to the lore of the mod. These guild way stations are typically equipped with a ship's unsorted items chest, which the guild will then transport back to the ship for you, and may include a merchant, a guild-based follower or 2, and possibly even a mini adventure. Within the ship, you'll find plentiful themed and unique storage options, some new twists on a few old and familiar objects, an interactive and ghostly crew, a class-based dinner table that adds daily buffs, outfitted crafting and enchanting rooms complete with ever-full containers of materials and themed storage, an atrium spa area, a master bedroom with its own private armory, captain's secret cabin and vault room, tons of immersive lore and items, and much more. Personally, my absolute favourite thing about this mod is how easy it makes to sort through hordes of items you pick up whilst adventuring. You can take all of the stuff you don't want to keep and put it into the recycling bin chest, and after waiting for a while, the items will disappear and gold will be added to the chest. You can also put all the items you can't be bothered to sort through into a sorting chest. Then when you want to sort through it all, you can go into the sorting room inside the ship and then distribute it to the chest that corresponds to the room that item needs to go in. For example, you would put armor in the armory chest, then when you go to the armory, you can open the linked chest and then place it on a dummy or wherever else you want to put it. There are over 40 unique actors involved in the Dreamweaver. These actors each have a unique circuit of activities and actions which they perform just as they did when they were alive, based on their role, duties and the environment. Some serve as the merchants, bards, ferrymen, and 6 unique and formidable followers. But before you can enter the ship, you will need to earn the Guildmaster's title by acquiring at least one of the 3 mooring slips. The initial one is locked away at the East Empire Trading Company docks outside Solitude, and the other 2 mooring slips are secured at separate locations within Windhelm's dock area and one at Raven Rock on Solstheim. Read the open book on the lectern as you step onto the deck from each of the docks to learn where the mooring slip for that location is found. Also at the Solitude mooring, read the 2 books inside the crew's hut on the deck for a quick explanation of the ship, its deck and interior. Also on the same table is a short developer's Q&A book about the mod. Once inside the ship, the first thing you'll want to do is locate the map wall to your left as you entered and read the note that is there to understand how to sell the ship and how to properly exit it at the destination you desire. There are additional books located within the ship to further explain specific areas, amenities, and try to expand upon the lore. Reading as many of them as possible is highly recommended. This is an incredible mod that adds an awesome player home with an innovative storage system, new followers, and even a mini quest that asks you to find lost items, and in return you are promised a powerful reward. So if you've ever wanted to roleplay in Skyrim as a sea captain or a pirate, this mod is absolutely perfect. Give it a download. There's an expansion to this mod called Smuggler's Cove, which looks really interesting, introducing a combat arena, another player home, and more interesting content. I would have loved to test it, however in its current state it just doesn't work on PS4 Pro. Apparently it works fine on the regular old PS4, so if you have one, I recommend you check out a fantastic video by Anaconda Squeeze which shows off the mod in detail. I'll link the video in the description. That will take us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see more of my videos, I really would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to support me and help me make more and better videos, please consider joining the guild and becoming a channel member. Just press the join button and I'll give you a shout out at the end of all my videos to thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next one. May Talos guide you, friends.